Hello, fire signs. Let's see what the upcoming weekend has in store for you. And it could be about pretty much anything. Love, finances, friendship, trips, whatever comes up. We'll have 4 separate spreads in this reading. The first spread is for all fire signs. It's like a bonus. And then there's going to be a separate spread for every fire sign individually. Timestamps should be in the description box down below. Please share, like, and subscribe to support this channel. This first spread is for all fire signs. We have the 8 of Pentacles clarified by Temperance. We have the High Priestess, the 4 of Pentacles, and the 6 of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. You could be dealing with a Sagittarius or any zodiac sign. So here's the deal, fire signs. Some of you are going to be working. Okay? Not all of you. I'm sure there's no reading that applies to every single one of you, right? Some readings are definitely not for you. But this reading right here is definitely about work. Definitely. All right? I'm not even sure why I clarified the 8 of Pentacles, but Temperance card could be a Sagittarius you're doing. But Temperance is a card of patience. Patience, right? And as you can probably see, the person in the 8 of Pentacles that Temperance is clarifying, that person is working hard, perfecting something, trying to get something done. And Temperance clarifying it, which could be interpreted as a card of patience, makes total sense. Some of you could be secretly working. The High Priestess in the middle could be interpreted as a card of a secret. Maybe you're not telling anybody what you're working on, or maybe you're getting ready for the following week and you want to be prepared. You want to be ahead of other people, or maybe ahead of another person. All right. Also, the High Priestess is a card of intuition. So perhaps your intuition is telling you that, you know what, I need to work this weekend. Okay. The 6 of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. It's a financial card. It's a card of generosity. Okay. It's also a card of balance. By the way, Temperance could also be interpreted as a card of a balance. And the 4 of Pentacles right next to the deck. I think that's what it's all about. When it comes to work, business, and finances, when I do my weekly readings, my weekly readings have one separate work, business, and finances spread in them, right? And I always interpret the 4 of Pentacles as like a card of a savings account. It's like money coming in, receiving money, getting paid, and all that type of stuff. And I think that's exactly what it is. That's what it's all about. When it comes to this particular situation, you know, getting money, making money, receiving money, accepting money. All right. So maybe it's like a side gig for you. You're just working over the weekend just to make some extra money. All right? Cool. Aries, we have the Page of Swords clarified by the Wheel of Fortune. We have the Knight of Wands. We have the 10 of Pentacles clarified by the World. And we also have the Ace of Wands on the bottom of the deck. You could be dealing with a fellow fire sign. Not the Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. You know what? I'm going to say what I thought of right away. Some of you, not all of you obviously, some of you are going to buy a house. or an apartment, or I don't know, something that has to do with real estate, right? So this spread can definitely be interpreted as such. If that's not what you're planning to do, right, then something is still gonna trigger you, but in a good way. Something is gonna, it's gonna be like a jolt, something that's gonna spark your interest, not just spark your interest, but it will trigger you to take action. Okay, something is going to trigger you to take action. So this reading here has a beginning and an end, but it has a happy end. That ending, the World card clarifying the 10 of Pentacles, is a card of a happy end, right? But the Page of Swords clarified by the Wheel of Fortune, that's the beginning right there, right? The Page of Swords could be a message coming your way, or an email. It could be in the form of an email, a phone call, a text, a letter, right? Or it could just be information that you come across yourself, because the Page of Swords could be a card of like doing research, looking for things, and maybe you will see something that will trigger you, that will spark your interest, right? The Wheel of Fortune clarifying it, yeah, for some of you, you're definitely going somewhere as a result of this, right? But the Wheel of Fortune is a start of a cycle, a very exciting, very fortunate cycle. The Knight of Wands, the next card over, and the Ace of Wands on the bottom of the deck are very similar, energetically speaking, cards. You could be dealing with another person, a fellow fire sign perhaps, but you're a fire sign yourself, right? So maybe the Knight of Wands and the Ace of Wands, this is you getting excited, this is you getting on your horse, maybe literally you're getting on your horse and charging ahead, right? So there's going to be some kind of action that you're going to take, right? And for some of you, it's literally going somewhere. But with those two cards, there's definitely some kind of a new beginning. You're doing something. You will definitely do something about it. And at the end, we have the Ten of Pentacles clarified by the World, right? The Ten of Pentacles is a card of financial abundance. It's a card of a family, and it's also a card of real estate. So perhaps for some of you, if you already have a family, what's going on here has something to do with family. Okay, for others of you, maybe you will end up starting a family, creating a family, or for others of you, the Ten of Pentacles is, like I said earlier in the beginning, it has something to do with real estate in some capacity, right? The World, clarifying it, is a card of an ending, right? So we have the Wheel of Fortune, a card of a new beginning, and we have an ending card, the World. But the World is usually a happy end card, right? This is when one chapter of your life comes to an end, and a much better, much happier chapter of your life is about to begin. So a very exciting, very dynamic weekend. All right, cool. Leo, we have the Three of Cups clarified by the Page of Cups. We have the Nine of Cups clarified by the Magician. We also have the Ace of Swords clarified by the Ten of Cups. And we have the Wheel of Fortune on the bottom of the deck. You can be dealing with Gemini, Virgo, perhaps a Sagittarius, or absolutely any zodiac sign. So here's what I want to point out. Here's what I want to highlight. Hence the name of the reading, right? The weekend highlight reading. I want to highlight that this is a very happy reading. Very happy. This reading here radiates happiness. Let me explain. The Three of Cups clarified by the Page of Cups. The Three of Cups is a card of a celebration. And I assume people are happy when they celebrate, right? The Nine of Cups, the next card over, is a card of a satisfaction and fulfillment. It's also a card of a wish come true. And again, I assume people are happy when their wishes are fulfilled and when they're satisfied. The Ten of Cups right next to the deck clarifying that Ace of Swords. The Ten of Cups is called the Happily Ever After card, right? Happily Ever After. So you technically have three very, very happy cards. In the beginning, in the middle, and at the end. So you will be happy in the beginning. Happiness will continue. And you know, at some point in the not so distant future, you will continue to be happy. All right, but to get to what could actually be going on, you're going to some kind of a party, or perhaps you already met this person at some kind of an event or some kind of a party, right? The Three of Cups could be any type of a party, Leo. Absolutely any type of a party. It could simply be a reunion, right? But it could be someone's birthday. It could be again, concert, show, game, I don't know. And the Page of Cups clarifying it, it's either somebody inviting you to go, or if you're already going, somebody's going to approach you at that party, at that event, and maybe ask you out on a date, or ask you if you would want to go to another event, another party at some point in the future, not necessarily on that same day. Right? Or perhaps this already happened. Perhaps you already met somebody at some kind of a party or an event. The Nine of Cups clarified by the Magician, so, you know, happiness and party continues. In some tarot deck, in the Nine of Cups, people are standing around and celebrating, very similar to the Three of Cups. But at the same time, it's a card of a satisfaction and fulfillment and a wish come true. So you're just going to be satisfied and fulfilled about I guess, what's going on, about how it's unfolding, all right? Or you're going to be happy that this person asked you out. Right? The Magician clarifying it could be the person. The Magician is a major arcana card shared between Gemini and Virgo. You could be dealing with one of those zodiac signs. But the Magician is also a card of, you know, manifestation. It's a card of taking action. It's a card of somebody who is very creative. Right? It's a great card. And at the end, we have that Ace of Swords clarified by the Ten of Cups. So I think at some point, somebody is going to decide or offer you to take it to the next level. It kind of looks like you guys match. You guys are on the same page. Perhaps you have similar interests. You definitely have a lot of fun together. And perhaps at some point somebody's going to say, you know what? We vibe on the same level. We have so much in common. We finish each other's sentences. You know, we have fun with one another. You know, we make a great couple, so why don't we get serious with that Ten of Cups? And the Ace of Swords, somebody's going to say it, and they're going to be very straightforward, very honest, very transparent about it. Right? The Wheel of Fortune on the bottom of the deck, yeah, starting a new cycle. Starting a new cycle, a very fortunate new cycle. All right, Leo, looks like fun, but then fun becomes, fun will continue, but there's going to be a conversation about getting serious. All right, cool. Sagittarius, we have the Hierophant, we have the Knight of Cups, clarified by the Three of Cups, we have Temperance, and we also have the Ace of Cups on the bottom of the deck. You could be dealing with a Taurus, maybe a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, but we have you here as well, Sagittarius. Or any zodiac sign could be telling you they are in love with you, because that's exactly what it is. Somebody's going to tell you they're in love with you. All right, Sagittarius, I hope you're ready. They may tell you they're in love with you for the first time, or they may tell you they're in love with you for 1,586th time. I don't know, but you will hear those words. You will hear I love you, okay? Yes. The Hierophant, the first card that came out, it's a Taurus, major arcana card. You could be dealing with a Taurus. A Taurus may tell you they're in love with you. Or perhaps this is how you know this person, or how you're going to be introduced to this person. All right, the Hierophant could be a card of something formal and official. All right, it's a card of religion. So maybe you share the same religion, or maybe you're meeting this person at church or temple, synagogue, what have you, whatever your religion is, right? The Hierophant is also a card. Did I mention education? So you could be coming from like the same university you go to, or the same class you're taking at that university. Maybe both of you are into educators. Right? The Hierophant is also a card of spirituality. It's a card of, you could be meeting this person through a family, right? A family member may introduce you. So that's how you know this person. And the Knight of Cups, the Three of Cups, the Ace of Cups, yeah, somebody's telling you they're in love with you, all right? The Three of Cups clarifying the Knight of Cups. Perhaps you will have a reason to celebrate. If they tell you they're in love with you, that you guys will be celebrating. Or maybe it's going to be like something very romantic. They may take you to like a restaurant and tell you they're in love with you at the restaurant. Or it could be some other type of a celebration with the Three of Cups. Temperance right next to the deck, that's you. That is you, Sagittarius 24/7. That's your major arcana card. And I assume you're on the receiving end of this. All right? Cool.